Dale.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing very pleasantly. Happy Wednesday and post-Labor Day.
Yes. Yeah. Labor Day barbecue was nice.
Very, very lovely. And what's very lovely about doing this market update today rather than yesterday, we got our jobs report, the JOLTS job report. Dale, can you just give us a real quick rundown on why this report is great?
Well, great for some people, not for others.
That's true. I apologize.
So the job provision is 6%, meaning when they reported on jobs last week, or last month actually, those jobs have been adjusted downward, meaning the economy is not doing as well as we were told, which actually further is going to promote a recession, but that's good for interest rates. It's unfortunate, but a recession is good for interest rates. And so I think we're going to see the interest rate cut we were all hoping for. And now the talk is not if, but the talk is now how much.
Yeah. And ultimately, that's what we're going to be boiling down to. Mortgage-backed securities responding well. Here today, green up is good, red down is bad. We are seeing that nice increase in mortgage-backed securities. We're about to hit a new peak, and tomorrow we'll probably get there for sure. And rates, as we can see, the average is 6.35% right now. We expect this number to go down yet again next week. So this is going to be fantastic. But Dale, you and I were talking right before you had said the phrase that the rate cut is already baked in.
Yes.
And that doesn't make sense because me as a buyer, I've been told that rates are going to be cut in September on the 17th. So how are they already into the mortgage interest rate?
That is a classic case of what we call hedging your bets. Okay? That's the reality of it. Backing up, just to rewind, that 6.35 is an average of all rates, everywhere, all loan programs, all credit scores. That being said, let's pretend today is September 16th. That doesn't mean tomorrow, September 17th, rates are going to be 5.85. They are not going to drop by half a point. We've got to remember, we're talking about long-term loans, 30-year loans, 15-year loans. And therefore, knowing that rates are probably going to be lowered by the Feds, lenders have already baked in a lower interest rate. They don't want to be caught short. They don't want to be selling rates at 7 when everybody else is selling them at 6.5. So what they've done is they've hedged their bets in that they've already begun to lower rates. So we're not going to see this magic half a point drop on rates from one day to the next. It's already starting to be built into the rates.
Gotcha. So if I'm a buyer in the market right now, Dale, I'm not going to see a magic switch on interest rates where they drop down. So it wouldn't be wise for me to necessarily wait for September 17th to enter the housing market because the rates are likely going to be similar. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah, because I honestly think some people are going to wait till the 17th to see if the rates actually get cut or not, and they might miss out on a house they could have made an offer on. And you don't have to lock in the rate the day you make an offer. We can wait and see what rates do, but the lenders are already pricing it in. They just are.
Yeah, and if you're not convinced about hedging bets, let's actually look at history because that's the greatest predictor of the future. And just caveat, we're not fortune tellers, so everything we say here can be wrong, and we are okay with that. We don't want to be, but we can be. So let's take a look at July 27th, 2023. That was the last time the Federal Reserve did anything with the interest rates, okay? So if we're looking for July 27th, right here, the 29th, you can see that this was the last time federal monetary policy was changed. Oh, I'm in June. I apologize. There we are. Everything post this date, Dale, there's been no change in Fed monetary policy. So what's the deal with us rising all the way to nearly 8%, dropping down, rising again, and now where we're at? The Fed hasn't done anything since July 27th.
Yeah. rates are and always will be market driven. If we all think the economy is starting to tank, rates are going to go up. If we think the economy is starting to get better, rates are going to go down. Look at where rates were 4 years ago when things were booming, the unemployment was low, it was pre-COVID, life was wonderful, rates were really good. And so, you know, fear will drive a lot of rates going up. But I think we as a community, as a country, see things are starting to get a little bit better. Therefore, rates are starting to get a little bit better.
Yeah, so let's take a look at more history. March 16th was the first time of 2022. That was the first time the Federal Reserve made its first interest rate increase since 2018. And as you can see here, that's in December when they started raising rates, February. It's not until March 16th that they raised the interest rate. So you're telling me we went from the low threes up to the low fours months before the Federal Reserve actually did anything. This is an example of hedging bets. May 5th was the next time they increased interest rates. But between March to May, we saw rates increase. You would expect this curve to be shifted a couple months forward based on that logic. But if we're using hedging bets, if I know that the guy down the street is going to raise his interest rates ahead of the market, I can feel comfortable that as long as I'm slightly below what he does, I'll still be competitive and I'm not going to lose money in a couple months. And it's the same thing in the other way. Let's keep going. We look at June 16th. That was when the Federal Reserve decided to raise rates yet again. However, we see this rise occur even before June 16th takes place. And people thought it was going to be an astronomical rise in interest rates, and it didn't end up being astronomical. So it corrected and went down. And then we got news again. Okay, we're not done with rate cuts. We're going to raise them up again July, September, November, and then here we had a big sharp jump. So hedging bets is super important. We know that they're coming down in September. Fast forward 2024 September. We're a couple weeks away from this decision. We can expect that the guy down the street, he's going to be lowering interest rates a month ahead of time because it's a 30-year mortgage, Dale. I'm going to have this loan for 30 years. So what if I lose some money on 1 month by offering a really nice interest rate? I'm going to make money off 30 years. And that's what hedging bets on these mortgage rates essentially is. So hopefully that was a very convincing, long-winded answer of why it's great to get in the market right now and then refinance in the future anyways. So.
All right.
All right. Well, Dale, appreciate your wisdom. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Yes, wisdom is nothing more than experience of the bad choices that you have made. So there you go.
By that definition, I don't want wisdom. I don't want bad experiences. So, all right. Well, thank you. Appreciate the mistakes you've made to lead us to this wisdom. And we'll chat with you next week.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.